Hello guys, my name is Labb and welcome back to another video. So with cons resuming in the past few weeks, I've just wanted to come out and say just a few fair warnings for people who are attending stuff like Megaplex and Denfur in the month of August. And I just want to address the actual con chair people. I doubt any of them watch my videos. I have 2,000 subs. What am I chatting? What shit am I chatting? I smoked some mad fucking crack today. Don't tell police that though. In general, I just want to say with cons starting back, it's a pretty big milestone because it's been almost nearly 2 years without them. And in general, I think that's amazing that we're actually able to come back to cons and shit like that. But I will say this is a turning point. We can either go upwards and be good, follow the fucking guidelines and be good human beings, or we can go downward, not follow the guidelines, get drunk, be a fucking you are a walking rainforest, basically, waiting to happen. So the thing about it is that there's two different cons, but first I wish to speak about my COVID. Back in March of 2021, I was diagnosed with COVID-19. Basically, me ma, as the fucking Irish people always say, works in a food manufacturing plant. And while she has been an essential worker who's worked through the entire pandemic, she ended up catching it from a friend of hers. She came down with a light flu and it seemed like it was just an average cough. I went for a nap and then I proceeded to be fucking FBI busted in my door telling me that I had missed 4 calls from the HSE, or basically the state health department, contact tracing. Because I was asleep. Yeah, I'm a bit of a fucking idiot. Basically, that's kind of what happened initially, but I've been running a fever for the past 2 days prior, and the next morning I had a scheduled test, but it was fucking horrid. I woke up and I was coughing. That sounds like such a fucking thing. That sounds like such a fucking stereotypical thing with COVID now, but when I coughed, it burned like my chest. I could physically feel my lungs burning. I had aches and pains all over my fucking body, sore throats, and just an unbelievable tiredness. Like, I could sleep for a week and then get up and be like, alright, bet, it's only 8 PM. Like, I would not know. It was excruciating, to say the fucking least. To laugh, to talk with friends, anything, it was just horrid, and it just knocked me off my feet. And that's why I feel it's unbelievably important to continue to not have that around. And what's one way we can not have that around? By following the guidelines set by our governments or our governing bodies. So NHS, State Health Department, or fucking HSE, whatever, WHO, CDC, follow them to a T to ensure that you can protect yourself and your families and have a safe fucking con. Because you don't want to fucking go to a con, have a good time, and then bring the Delta Plus variant back for old Nana to fucking catch and die. When people think about coronavirus, they always think about the fact that, oh, it's not me, you know. Oh, I'm okay. If I get it, I'll just get a light flu. But you don't see what the actual effect is. You are damaging the people around you. Because if someone is either immunocompromised, old as shit, and unvaccinated, which I know a lot of Americans are, because either that or they have any sort of underlying health condition, whether it be respiratory or something that could put them on medications that could have the same effect as that. But it really damages the people who are at the most vulnerable, and that's who you need to be watching, because we all have at least 1 or 2 people in your family, no matter what, that is vulnerable in some way. If the perfect family comments on my video being like, oh yeah, no, we all have the fucking mind and body age of 15 and my dad's 74 and can run a marathon, cool, I don't care. I still believe that there's families out there that can be extremely impacted by this. And that's where I want to actually speak about 2 cons in general that are happening in August. Denfur and Megaplex. So both have drastically different kind of con things, and I have pulled both of them up. So the attendance has been limited to 2,500 attendees. Limiting registration to pre-registration only. I've never been to a furcon, so I don't understand what that means. Enforcing social distancing, that's good. They'll be spaced apart, and chairs will be spaced backstage to allow performers to perform without a mask. Okay. That's where you'll see the difference between Denfur and Megaplex. Seating will be reduced panels according to local, state, federal. Yep. The dancing night, yep, 4 people per pod. So if you don't know what pod is, it's a certain amount of people. So if you have 4 people that are always been together at the con, that's called a pod. So y'all can dance together. But if some weirdo from like Kansas or something, if they come over and they're like, hey guys, fucking punch them, attack them violent. No, tell them to politely fuck off. So requiring all attendees to wear a CDC approved mask. Here's where it gets good. This is what I see. I love epidemiology and virology, so I kind of love COVID. That sounds like that's a bad thing. But basically, following the HSC, I keep saying it because that's my local state health department, but following the CDC's guidance, don't have something that will make it hard to breathe, i.e. don't have the plastic vinyl cover shit they have. Don't have that. Don't have air filters in your mask, so like ones that don't actually act as an air filter, because that will let virus particles out and it doesn't become a mask. Oh yeah, don't steal health workers' masks. So N95s are normally used, and they were on my latest hospital stay. They're predominantly used by health workers, and they're meant to be purely for health workers. So don't steal them and wear them. That's wrong. So then we move on to Denfur. Now Denfur has a drastically different outlook on all of this. So Denfur, any staff and attendees will be required to be vaccinated and provide proof of vaccinations. We'll get into that in the next one. But in general, Denfur is more precise about what it is, so everything's 6 feet apart. 50% capacity, or no maximum 500 people at a time. So like they're very, very, very kind of... But that's good. That's what we need if you want to actually return to any sort of normalcy. But the thing that I see the most problem with, and not even in my term, because I'm currently being vaccinated, but for some reason, we'll talk about this in the next one. With America, vaccinations aren't the biggest thing right now. So let's get into my next topic with this. Vaccinations and anti-vaxxers. So I've been going on a bit of a tirade on Twitter recently because I really fucking hate anti-vaxxers. To like the last degree of my fucking mind, I hate anti-vaxxers. So if you didn't know, I posted on Twitter a few days ago that I am currently being vaccinated. I am going to cover my thing so that I don't dox myself. Basically, this is my card. You can see it's all approved. It's all approved by the fucking State Health Commission. I'm fucking trying to not show my... Oh, there we go. Perfect. It's on the back. If you can see that, that's the Irish government logo and symbol. But the worst thing I've seen is... Remember the controversy about buying or making custom, making false COVID vaccination cards? The funniest thing is people are now paying upwards of $500 for these things, but the vaccination is free. I've predominantly seen this in America, and that's something that I need to curb stomp completely. People like Orion that I spoke about before, and the anti-vaxxers like that, ban them from the con. I'm gonna be honest here, they're actually causing a risk. And the funny thing is, in America you can get someone arrested for that. If they have COVID-19 and willingly go to a convention, you can get them arrested for that. I'm not even joking. It's called knowingly spreading a deadly disease. And you may say, but COVID isn't deadly. It is. It is. And if you're an absolute idiot if you don't think it is. So we have over 200 million cases reported, and that's not even on one that may not even have been reported, and there's over 4 million deaths. That's vile. This is preventable, this is stoppable, but anti-vaxxers and all that are curbing our actual fighting attempt to do this. So if you ever have an anti-vaxxer friend that are using this excuse, by the way, this is not an excuse. Religious matters, not an excuse. Personal preference, it's not an excuse. Your personal preference does not come into this at all. get vaccinated because you need it. Because you need to protect others from people, like, literally. Okay, so you're a piece of shit. That's what I'm trying to say. If you don't want to get vaccinated for that reason, if you have an allergy, that's fine. Don't figure out another way with your doctors. But if you're like me, 19 years old, you're fucking perfectly healthy, and you choose not to get a vaccine out of personal preference, you're a fucking idiot. And instead of giving you a COVID vaccination card, they should give you a vaccination card that will literally label you as a piece of shit that you literally cannot enter anywhere with. But of course, my freedoms. You don't have a vaccine, get one. They're free. They're literally free. I think they're doing them in pharmacies in America now. That's how fucking free they are. I've been Labb. I'll see you later.